When you serve children, youth, or vulnerable adults, you've stepped into one of the most important roles imaginable. So in this section, we're going to talk about mandated reporting. We don't want you to think of this as some scary legal burden. Think of it as an empowering tool. You have to protect the very people you're there to care for. We are going to walk through 5 key steps in this process. First up, we'll nail down exactly what your role as a reporter is. Then we'll look at how to respond with real compassion, what to do if you actually witness something, the nuts and bolts of making the report, and finally what your role is after you hang up the phone. All right, let's dive right in. First things first. Let's get clear on what it means to be a reporter in this context. You know, when you become a volunteer, you become a mandatory reporter. That means you are quite literally the front line of defense for vulnerable people, and the law sees just how critical your position is. It is a serious responsibility for sure, but it's one you are absolutely capable of handling. Now, this next point is a huge one, and it's a non-negotiable role. It's called the first-hand rule. Basically, reporting can't be delegated. If a person discloses something to you, or if you witness an incident, then you are the one who has to make the call. You can't ask your pastor or team lead to do it for you, because it's your first-hand account that matters. Now, a leader can and should be there with you, supporting you through the call, but they can't make it for you. Now, knowing your role is the foundation, but what happens in that moment, that incredibly critical moment, when someone decides to tell you something? This is where the human element is everything, because your first words can truly change a person's life. You're a safe harbor, not a detective. Your only job is to listen, to believe, and to comfort. That's the essence. Trying to investigate by asking a ton of questions, that's for the trained professionals. In fact, trying to do it yourself can often do more harm than good and can sometimes compromise the actual investigation. Then, how could you respond? Here is one of the most powerful tools. It's this simple phrase that sounds really hard. This can work well because it validates their experience 100% without asking a single probing question. It tells them you believe them, you hear them, and you're taking them seriously. It's the key that unlocks the door to them feeling safe. And you can follow up with a phrase like this. This simple sentence can be reassuring. It tells them 2 crucial things. First, they were right to trust you. And second, this heavy burden is no longer just theirs to carry alone. It also gently prepares them for the next logical step, that you're going to get them help by making a report. That's one simple way to handle a disclosure, but let's shift gears. What if you're not hearing about abuse, but you're actually seeing it happen? What if you witness something directly? In that moment, your priorities have to shift instantly. Before you even think about your phone, before you jot down a single note, your one and only job is this. Ensure the immediate physical and emotional safety of the person being harmed. Nothing else matters. Everything else can and must wait. And here's the 3-step playbook to guide you through that high-stress situation. Number 1, calmly but firmly separate the people involved. Number 2, immediately get your program leader in the loop. And number 3, prepare to contact the authorities. Following these clear steps brings order and purpose to what can feel like a really chaotic moment. All right, safety has been secured. You've offered that initial support. Now, it's time to make the report. Let's break down the practical step-by-step process of actually making that call. So this is a question that comes up all the time, and it's a super important one. Who do you call? The answer depends on one single factor. Is there an immediate danger? Here's the easiest way to think about it. Child Protection Services, or CPS, are the ones who handle the long-term investigation. But if there's any chance of immediate harm, like if you're worried a child is in danger going home that very day, you call law enforcement. They're the first responders, and they're the ones who can show up right now and intervene on site. So, here's the simple rule we want you to remember. When in doubt, call 911. Don't hesitate, don't second-guess yourself. Your job is to protect. And if you have even a tiny flicker of concern for someone's immediate safety, 911 is always the right call. Now, for non-emergencies, you'll use a specific hotline. If you serve in any of these areas, right now is a great time to just pull out your phone and take a quick screenshot or jot these numbers down. Put them in your contacts. Being prepared means having the right number ready to go. When you're actually on the phone, don't worry, they're going to guide you through it. They'll ask for basics, like names and locations, and they'll definitely ask about your assessment of the danger. Just remember, making this call is the most caring and compassionate action you can take. You are officially activating a system of trained professionals whose entire job is to help. Now, here's what may be the most important rule during the call. Stick to the facts. Only report what you personally saw or what you personally heard. That's what matters. Don't guess, don't interpret, don't add your own opinions. Your power in this moment comes from your credibility as a reliable witness. And on the flip side, here's what you absolutely have to avoid. Don't make assumptions. Don't offer information they didn't ask for. And please do not share rumors or things you've always kind of thought about a situation. That kind of stuff doesn't just muddy the waters, it can actively hurt the investigation. Keep it clean. Keep it factual. Making that call required genuine courage. It's a major step forward, though there's still a bit more for you to do. So let's talk about what comes next after you hang up the phone. Here are 3 key things. First, document everything that happened on an internal incident report for your own organization. This just creates a clear professional record. Second, and this is so important, continue to be that safe, steady, and welcoming presence in your ministry. And finally, you have to trust the process. You've done your part. Now, you let the experts do theirs. Your responsibility is to act faithfully by making that report. You can't control the outcome of the investigation, but you can control your own integrity in the process. You've honored your commitment, and that's what matters. And that commitment is no small thing. Finally, we just want to end by saying thank you seriously. Taking on this responsibility is a profound act of service and courage. Your willingness to be prepared and to act with compassion is what makes our community safer for everyone. So we'll leave you with a challenge. This explainer gives you the framework, but how are you going to make it real for your specific team in your specific building? Take this information back, talk about it, and create a clear, simple plan that fits your context, because preparation is what turns anxiety into confident, compassionate action when it matters most.